Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10X, time to level up. Hey, you are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast, coming to you from the Big Dog Construction Studio in beautiful downtown Springfield. Robert Farrell here, certified 10X coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. Well, hey, you are listening to the Wellness Upgrade on Elevate Springfield, where we're going to bring you specific strategies to help elevate your health and wellness. Hey, if you're not elevating your health and wellness, you're not going to be able to elevate in all other areas. This is the baseline. You know I'm passionate about it, and you know that's why I brought this segment to Elevate Springfield. We're going to get right to our guest after the break.
Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agent, is here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343. All right, and we are back for another edition of the Wellness Upgrade. Hey, familiar face, Kyleigh Melvin with the Primitive Prairie. Kyleigh, how we doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
Fantastic. I think we're going to have a fun one today.
I think so, too.
Fun, right?
I'm excited.
So, we talk a lot about holistic medicine, holistic people here on the show, and what we're going to dive into today is some of the misconceptions, right, of holistic-minded people, right?
Some
I'm sure you hear a lot of stuff.
Woo-woo.
Yeah, a lot of our woo-woo stuff that we talk about.
Yeah.
So you probably hear from a lot of people about this stuff. So what are some of the common misconceptions that you hear?
So one of the biggest ones is because you are pro-holistic health or you're more holistic-minded, you're anti-medicine. That one will drive me crazy because it's like, no, antibiotics, we went over this before. They're important. They've saved lives. You can't just say because someone is looking for something that's maybe less invasive or hard on their body that they're always going to go against medicine.
Right.
Or because you question medication that's maybe not as necessary, that you're against all medication. That's a big one. Mm-hmm. That you are just obsessed with your diet and will never have a cookie.
Right.
That's one. I don't know which ones you've heard. Being into herbalism, mine has went even further. They think I'm into crystals. That's not true.
Sure,
it can spiral.
People feel like it just goes hand in hand.
Yes, or I'm into astrology. I know nothing about it. Just so everybody knows right now. I know my constellations, not into astrology.
Right.
I've been grouped into, I think for some reason it's plants, but just because I make tinctures, I'm not chanting under the moon, making your tincture. That's another one I would like.
You might have some witchcraft stuff going on or something.
That actually goes hand. When I do the classes, I have had people approach me afterwards, and I'm just no, I just believe that plants are good for you, and you can use them to help with symptoms, or you can use them to manage something you have going on. But they will group those together, which is really annoying. It's
I bet. I bet.
But another one, and you maybe have heard, but it seems to me people think if you are holistic minded, that you don't believe in science. That's probably the biggest one. And I don't know if you ever encountered that, but anytime I question anything that is more mainstream or Western medicine, it's that I don't look at science, which is actually the opposite. I'm always trying to expand my education and research studies and see what they're finding now with our gut health and how it impacts parts of our body. But they will group you into this anti-science group.
Right. Yeah, that is not the case.
No.
I've heard that too.
Yes. Yeah. Here's a big one. I use herbs so people think that I believe all plants are safe or all natural medicine is safe. And when I'm teaching classes, the first class, and I do this one on purpose, it was at my husband's advice. He's like, if you want to see who's there for the seriousness of it, start with this, which is not all plants are safe. And when you start with that, some people will just get freaked out and leave because they're like, oh, I thought this was the easy route. I thought using plants means I can take as much of any plant as I want. And no, it's important to know that there are contraindications with medicine, and there are some plants you can't take in excess. There are some plants you can't take for more than 3 months in a row. So that's a big one, is that I would be the type to just give you anything for something you have going on and saying there's no side effects.
Right.
But there is, and you have to learn that if you're going to safely use them. So that's another one.
I think that's a big one too, because a
Yeah.
lot of times when people, maybe if they're just getting into this stuff, oh, it's natural, it's good. I can take
Natural
as
is
much
safe.
as natural is
Yes.
safe. I can take as much of it and do whatever.
Yes,
Right?
and that is just not the case. Like ashwagandha is a very popular herb. I know a lot of celebrities started taking it. It's an adaptogenic herb. It's supposed to help with your nervous system, your fight or flight, your adrenal fatigue. You are not supposed to take that for more than 3 months. And a lot of people don't know that. And they've been taking it for years. So that's a huge one for me. And you get grouped into this, just like we always say, the woo-woo. Like
Right.
you're just presenting these things to people and you're saying, hey, you can do this as much as you want. You can take this as much as you want. And that I just won't look at anything that is Western medicine related. And that's not true. I think the issue is we need to be able to come together and say, hey, maybe you taking all of these is unnecessary. Let's cut back on that medication.
Mhm.
Maybe something more natural could help you. Work with your doctor. That's what I always tell people, like, run this by your doctor, but this is what I think would be great for you. But it always goes back to their doctor. And I think they need to work together. I think that's the misconceptions get in the way of there being like a symbiotic relationship between the two.
No, and that's a great way to put it. There
Yeah.
should be a symbiotic relationship between
yes.
the two, right?
Yes,
So,
I think that's the biggest issue.
right.
Yeah.
I would say that might be the number one misconception. I don't
Yeah.
know. Out of all of them that we've said, that might be the number one.
Yes, there is. Well, and I think it is because sadly, and I guess we could probably at some point do a whole episode on this, but sadly, there are a lot of holistic practitioners that do sell the snake oil. They do say, well, you have this going on and I have something for you that'll take care of that. And they don't look at your foundations of health, and they don't look at what you should be doing with your diet and sleep, because nobody wants to put in the hard work. So they're like, I can give you an herb or a supplement for that. And the issue is those are the ones you got to watch out for. Those are the ones that give those misconceptions some validity.
Right.
But that's why it's good to spread awareness and be honest about what could change your health.
Right. Because not everybody that's in your industry does the
Yeah.
same type of education that
Yeah.
you have gone through.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So there's not, people will think in Western medicine, a doctor, well, at least I know
Yeah.
you've gone through this
Yeah.
much schooling,
Yeah.
whatever. But there probably is a misconception out there, not necessarily true, but some people out there that
Yeah.
give it a bad name because of that.
Yes,
Right?
and I think that's pretty common. And I think the other thing is nothing I went to school for is recognized. It's not state licensed. I can get all these board approvals I want, but they are not going to let me, prescribe anybody medication
Right.
or order their blood tests. So that is a big thing. It's like, where's the validity in what we do versus a doctor that went to medical school? And then it's easy to say that we are all just one type of person. We are the woo.
Right.
woo-woo
We are just the
people,
woo-woos. Yes.
And, we are out under the moon doing crazy things with herbs. But it's like at the end of the day, we're actually just taking it back to, like, I love evidence-based medicine. I love looking at how this interacts with every part of our body. And yes, I am always going to tell you it comes back to your diet. You can't outrun your fork. I will always be honest about, first and foremost, what I think would help you as a person change the root. We're looking at the root cause here. We're looking at the whole person. But honestly, everybody just thinks, oh, you're going to tell somebody to take a dewormer and go drink some moon water and you'll
Right.
be, but it's like, no, it's much more than that. If you're working with somebody that's really passionate about holistic health, and it's horrible to get grouped into that all the time, but it happens to all of us.
Right. That might need to be a tagline under your primitive prayer. You can't outrun your fork. That was pretty good. I like that. That was pretty good.
I can't even, I have a teacher that says that all the time because his biggest thing was this diet. Always like, what are you eating? What's your gut health? He was big on Hippocrates, always said everything starts in the gut. And I'm passionate probably about gut health because of that teacher. But this isn't new, and this isn't new age. I've been called new age too, which is not. I don't like hearing that either.
What does that mean exactly?
I
You're
don't
new
know,
age.
but I put it in the woo-woo. I just throw it in.
Right.
I'm like, that must mean I am woo-woo. I don't know.
Right.
But to me, it's not new age at all. I like studying what other countries are doing with medicine, especially natural medicine, because there's not as much of an interaction with all these pharmaceuticals. I mean, we've all seen the commercials, but it's one of those things like when we can just close that divide and bring it together. And I think they're starting to. I feel like Western medicine is starting to look at some of these other alternatives, but it's not, I would say not even 50% of them do.
Right.
I just think we're starting to see it happening.
Right. Well, I mean, there's so many conditions right now that we treat in our medical system that are really preventable conditions based on the stuff that we were talking about.
Yes, I was just raised. Like a lot of them are inflammation or just low-grade chronic inflammation is bringing them about. And that goes back to your not outrunning your fork thing and the diet and your sleep cycles. And so it's one of those things if you are having a misconception about somebody in this industry, I would say, first and foremost, see, are they selling you something or are they trying to change your lifestyle habits?
Right.
I think that's the big point I would want to get across is if you're judging somebody based on what they're doing, I do the markets and I see wives walk by and they'll point at something and the husband will do like an eye roll. Like, oh gosh, she's selling like herbal teas or, but if you are dealing with someone that first and foremost is just trying to sell you something, that's never a good sign because there is no one herb fixes everything or one supplement fixes everything. But that is the first thing that comes to mind with people with what I do. Now, obviously at a market, when somebody comes up to buy something, they have a line and they're like, hey, I have joint pain. I can give them something that'll help with that inflammatory response. But really, I'm always like, if you go on my website, I would love to talk to you about your diet and your sleep. And that's all I can leave them with. Because I'm like, well, I have a line. I can't sit here.
Right.
We
Can't have the full consultation right now.
But there is much more I would like to say. And I always try to like slip that in there. Like, what's your sleep look like? Or what's your diet look like if I have time? Yeah, I'm selling something. But once again, that's just treating the symptoms.
Right.
So it is one of those things to just be mindful of when you're judging people in this industry is that look at what they're offering you. Are they offering you to change your body? Or are they offering you like a 3-step $200 system?
Well, I think that's what makes you different. Is your why behind what you're doing. You really want them to be better.
Yes.
You really want them to feel better and find the root cause of what's causing their issue, right?
Yeah. So. And that's true. I mean, I remember, do you remember Beachbody?
Oh, yeah.
I hope they don't come after me. I feel like they're still they probably still have lawyers, but I did that for a while and I would never sell the shake. They were like, no, you have to sell these whole workout systems and the shake and have like a challenge group. And I would just do the challenge group and then go to Aldi and show them what they should be eating.
Sure.
I was so bad at that. Like I've never been good at just selling a quick fix. That was when I was like 20. So
right. Was the shake called Shakeology?
Yes,
is that what it was?
It was.
Okay, yeah,
and I could not sell it because I looked up the ingredients and I was like, they should just be eating better. Like what are they? And I never made money. I think I paid more money being a coach than And then I wouldn't even make them. I guess you were supposed to try to get them to subscribe to this shake and then do this workout program. And I would just be like, just buy one and stick with it. I like the programs, but you don't have to buy a new one every couple months. Like it was so bad.
Right. Yeah. I think I took that for a little bit.
Yeah.
The Shakeology.
I didn't even use it. That's the thing where I was like, I can't sell this. I'm not even drinking it because I looked up the ingredients and I was like, no.
No, not happening. Not happening. Yeah. I think when I was taking that, I was working out really heavy, but I wasn't quite as much watching my nutrition, I don't think, in terms of the additives.
I really liked the programs and I was working out really hard and I was lifting weights and I did actually like the programs. That was the thing where I was like, I love these programs.
Yeah, they had good programs, yeah.
Yeah, these pre-workouts and post-workout, I wouldn't sell any of them. I was like, let's just look at what you could, I'd make little videos in my kitchen. Like, this is what I made for lunch today for my little group. And I've never been good at it. So that's the big difference is you need to actually look at the person you're working with. We're not all woo-woo.
Right, exactly.
That's like my tagline of today.
We're not all woo-woo. That'd be another good yeah, absolutely. What was Insanity?
One of
Yeah.
them. One of them. I tend to seem to remember that
Yeah.
one as a
Yeah,
one
and
that was-
P90X.
P90X was the big
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yep, and there was like a female-based weightlifting one. I did that one.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, no, they were good. I
They were
liked
good
them,
workouts,
but yeah, it's one of those things. Like I've just never been good at the selling of the unnecessary,
Right,
I
exactly.
guess.
Good workouts, garbage shakes. How about that?
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
So do you?
They're gonna come for us. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
exactly. Yeah, we'll see what kind of reach I have. I
Yeah.
guess so.
Yeah, we're testing it.
We'll see.
Oh my goodness.
So, I mean, you're talking about the, with woo woo and everything. Do people think sometimes, you mentioned it a little bit, that it's some kind of religion or has some kind of spiritual nature to it with what you do? You talk about under the moon type stuff, but
I
do
have
people really
to-
think it's that?
I have to watch because I have a dear friend that actually opened my eyes to something that I never knew about. And her culture is from another country. And she did tell me that people that worked with herbs in her country were seen as kind of like dabbling in magic and witchcraft. And I didn't know that. And I was looking back to a day in my kitchen where my husband was pushing one of my teas for her to try. And I felt so bad because I was like, oh no, like if she feels that way, I feel bad. But I didn't know that some religions actually see working with herbs. And to me, I'm like, well, it's no different than eating a salad and cutting up beets for it. And I cut up burdock root for gut health. To me, I don't see the difference, but there is, for some reason, this strong correlation between that kind of stuff, especially in herbalism. I don't know what it is. I guess it's the whole like witch doctor.
Right.
I
Yeah.
remember I had a guy working in our house and I was getting all my Christmas orders out and he kept like walking behind me and singing that witch doctor song.
Oh boy.
And I was like, I don't understand. I don't get it because I just think there's such a long history in every culture in every country. I don't understand, but
Right.
it is a thing. There's a strong correlation in people's heads there. And I wish I knew where it stemmed from.
Right.
Maybe somebody listening's like, no, I know where
No, this is exactly where it came
I
from.
don't know. I feel like even in ancient times and in biblical times, they used herbs. So I
Absolutely.
don't get it. I have said stuff in passing like, hey, this herb is great for, but I had a grandma at forest school. I said, we were learning about herbs. It was one of our nature hikes. And I said, if you see red clover, that's great for hormonal health for any of the moms and grandmas.
Mhm.
And this lady's like, you remind me of that witch on that TV show. And I was like, no.
No?
What? Yeah, I was like, what? Like in front of all the children. So I was like, oh, no. So I don't understand where that all, and then they get grouped into the crystal and gemstone
Right.
people.
Right.
I'll tell you right now, I don't know anything about what crystal does what. I know nothing about charging them under the moon. I don't know, but I get grouped in that.
Sure.
And so I feel like it just looks like the rejection of science in that you are into something more magical. And that's, to me, just not the case.
Huh.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't either.
And maybe you don't have it as much because you're not dabbling in herbs, but I know you're holistic minded. And we've talked about people being judgmental about like avoiding certain clothing or cooking with certain things.
Yeah, I get that. I get that kind of stuff a lot because, like we've talked before, super particular on clothing and cooking stuff and all the things.
And then people, they just think you're uptight or you're judging them, or they always think you're passionate about something that you're judging others that don't do it, which is a whole nother thing. But that's not the case either.
Right.
You're just maybe wanting to spread awareness, but there's a difference.
Absolutely.
So,
well, what's coming up for you? You got any events, markets, anything like that?
Yeah,
where people
West
can come
Side
see you?
Market. When is West Side Market? August?
Second Sunday. So whatever second Sunday is.
Yeah, and I might be doing like, this is bad timing to say that, but the Witches Walk in Petersburg. I might be, that's a bad
No, that came out. That's perfect timing.
Perfect. But for Halloween, where all the shops participate, those types of events, I think I've signed up for a couple different ones are coming up. I'm still looking for a place to have more classes. People keep asking me. I need to find something closer to Springfield.
Sure.
So if anybody listening has any ideas, send them my way. And but other than that, I think the markets are starting to take off for me. I usually wait till fall. So
Right. Love it. So come check you out at the West Side Market.
Yep.
That's second Sunday from 2 to 5 over in Papo's parking lot.
Yeah,
There you go.
you're right. It is 2 to 5. I'm like,
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah, there. I know my stuff. No, well, I was there last time with Local First.
Oh, I
so
saw that.
There the whole
I saw
time. We had
that.
the battle axe throwing thing. It was fun.
I saw that and I heard about it.
Yeah.
I heard about the axe.
Well, remind everybody where they can come see you. If they're not going to come out to the market, where can they go?
All
Check
right.
out your stuff.
You can go to theprimitiveprairie.com. I have a consult link. I post classes there. I just don't have any scheduled right now. And I also have an online apothecary, I call it, and you can shop things. You can request custom-made teas and tinctures. And I'm on Facebook and Instagram at The Primitive Prairie.
Love it. Well, for all y'all out there, if you have any misconceptions about that holistic mindset or whatever, give Kyleigh a call.
That's
Check
right.
her out.
That's right.
She'll be able to tell you the real deal with all this stuff.
Yes.
So we'll appreciate it as always.
All right. Thank you.
All right. We're going to let Kyleigh get back to elevating Springfield. But for the rest of y'all, we'll be right back.
Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing expert serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing. Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hope you're enjoying these quick hits of actionable strategies here on the Wellness Upgrade on Elevate Springfield. Thank you again to Shudokan Karate Club. Hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at sangamontreeservice.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.